Well, let's see. For tonight's dinner, we're going to have some risotto with chicken and vegetables. You see before you the 1 cup of Aborio rice. We're going to use a half a cup of white wine, 1/4 cup of heavy cream, 4 ounces of minced onions, 2 ounces of green pepper, 1 tablespoon of fresh minced garlic, 1 cup of sliced portabello mushrooms, 8 ounces of fresh broccoli, 2 ounces of finely diced celery, and either a 1/4 stick of butter or a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm going with the olive oil today. And 1 1/4 pounds of boneless, cut up tidbit sized pieces of chicken leg meat, which is so much more juicier than using breast meat. We'll first start off with a moderate flame, as you can see. And we're going to saute the peppers, onion, celery, and garlic for a minute or two. Just to soften them up a little bit. And we'll be adding the Aborio rice and the right amount of either use vegetable stock or chicken stock. Today we're going to use a chicken stock, and I'll let you know the amount when this is finished, because as you know, all my recipes are done on the fly. This dish I've never made with these ingredients before, so if you are viewing this recipe, that means it worked, and I'm sure it will. And we're timing this right now. I've set the timer for 30 minutes, and in about another minute, I'm cutting this off. I will be adding the rice. Now we're about 3 minutes into the light sauteing, and we'll add the rice. That was 1 cup. Give it a little stir. I'm going to add the portabello mushrooms. And some chicken stock, which we'll figure out how much it is later. One thing about this dish, you have to stay here with it. I'm going to raise the flame so it's all the way up, turn it high. As soon as it starts to bubble, I'll cut it down. If you wanted to put fresh herbs in here, like thyme, oregano, basil, whatever you like, you could at this point. Actually, you would put it in when you were sauteing the vegetables to bring out all of its flavor. Today I'm not putting any herbs in here at all. I'm just using salt, sea salt, and ground white pepper. And we're not adding the chicken to this because the chicken takes less time to cook than does the rice. And that's why we're not adding the broccoli either. As you see, the broccoli's still over there, because that takes less time than the rice also. So everything is going to get cooked into this pot. Actually, it's a simple dish, and we're almost on the 4-minute mark right now. This dish will feed 2 hungry people, and we're at the 5-minute mark right now, and I'm going to leave the flame on high, because as you can see, it's just about starting to boil. We're at the 6-minute mark now. As you can see, we have a rapid boil, so we're going to lower the flame. Just go halfway down, like that. And now every couple of minutes you'll have to stir it. But as for right now, it's cooking very nicely. Okay, we're at the 11-minute mark, and I just added the half a cup of dry white wine. And please don't use cooking wine like my mother gave me when I was starting out in this business. Ugh, horrible stuff. And I put in 1 teaspoon of sea salt and 1/4 teaspoon of ground white pepper. Why ground white pepper? Because we don't want to see the black pepper spots, which I like better, taste better, but you don't want to see it in the Aborio rice, since the rice is white. and the dish is going to have a nice white tint from the heavy cream. The thing with the risotto, so you have to keep on mixing it nicely. We still have a ways to go before this rice is finished. And we are now at the almost 15-minute mark. And we're still going to wait before we put the chicken in there, because the chicken won't take that long to cook, especially since it's boneless. I gave this a taste, and we added 1 more teaspoon of sea salt. Now that's 2 altogether. After adding the chicken, it might even take more because the chicken will absorb whatever seasoning is in the rice. We'll make the adjustments at the very end. We're at the 15-minute mark, and I still don't have to add liquid to it, but I will be adding some. And I forgot one important item, which we're going to use a 1/4 cup of grated pecorino romano, and we'll put that at the end when this is finished. Now we're at the 17-minute mark, and it's drying up a little, so we're going to add a little more stock. Okay, well now we're at the 20-minute mark, and I added the 1/4 cup of heavy cream and all the chicken. I'll just mix that chicken right in there. That cool things down, so raise the temperature up to high again until it starts to cook. We're at the 25, almost the 25-minute mark. And what I did was I added another 1/4 cup of heavy cream. That's only because I love that white color and the taste also. And the flame is still high because we want to cook this chicken, and then in a few minutes we're going to add the broccoli. And maybe my timing on this entire dish at 30 minutes was correct. We'll find out very soon. Now I'm going to lower the flame a little, down to halfway, and let it finish. We're at the 26-minute mark right now, and I've just placed the broccoli into the dish, into the pot. And I like these one-pot dishes where you can cook everything in one skillet. This is going to be a nice heavy chicken dish. Usually when you look at risotto, you see a lot of rice, but not in this dish. I want to fill up on the chicken and the broccoli and the mushrooms that are in there, the taste, and have a little bit of the starch. And I think when I said this was for 2, I'll have to change that and say, let's go for, you'd be surprised, let's leave it at 2 very hungry people. I like to throw a bay leaf or 2 in there at the beginning, but as you can see, I forgot. So it's a little late right now to put it in. And the amount of liquid that's in there, we're going to finish this up. A little more stock. which brings up the amount of stock that I put in here, almost 1 quart. Now it all depends on your flame and how it's being reduced. If you're cooking it too fast, you'll wind up using more. Now I have it on a medium flame to finish up, as you can see. So if it took 1 quart, I'm shy 1 quart by about 1/3 of a cup, 1/4 of a cup. There's nothing wrong if you did use a quart. As you see, the texture here is nice. It's still creamy. And we're just about done. Raised up the flame. We're almost at the 30-minute mark. There goes the bell. Go for another 4 minutes. So let's time this dish at 34 minutes, 35 minutes. I raised the flame up. And we're going to finish off the stock. There we go. That makes it a 1 quart of chicken stock or vegetable stock. And a couple of more minutes of stirring. I'm going to sit down and first I'm going to add the cheese. Then I'm going to sit down and eat this. I won't allow this broccoli to turn color. I'm going to eat it when it's still green and a little al dente. At 34 minutes, I've added the cheese and mixing it up, and I'm going to sit down and enjoy this meal with my wife. And if you make it, I hope you enjoy it with your wife or alone. Well, this is one of the 2 portions that I just dished up, and this is what's left. So, and if we finish this in 1 second, may not be enough for the 3rd person.